welcome. This is Tatchanaa. I'm a lecturer in Unimai University. I'm here to talk about Industry Revolution 4.0. Before we talk about Industry Revolution 4.0, I'd like to take you back to the industry from the earliest stage called about Industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and what are the important elements consist under Industry 1.0 until 4.0. Right? Uh, let's move on to the Industry 4.0. Um, we're going to emphasize on the challenges and opportunities as well in the Industry 4.0. So, if you look into it, Industry 4.0, I think is best to discuss about the history of the revolution and the type of Industry Revolution 4.0, technologies are involved, and challenges and the opportunities. History of revolution, Industry Revolution, kind of transition to the new manufacturing process. I mean, from the manual to the new technology processes. It was the transition from the indicate industry carried in our homes with the simple instruments to the industry to factory with the power driven machinery. So these are the concept of industry from the 1.0 to the 4.0. And we normally talks about what is the transition. So I would emphasize here, like during industry revolution, local economics changed from the agriculture and handicraft economy to the industrial and machine based economy. So this is a tremendous development from the agricultural industry to the what you call the machine based industry. So this is a tremendous transition, right? um, if you look into it, my slide, there will be the what do you call the diagrams of emphasize here is industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Like if we look into industry 1.0, it's a kind of a mechanism consists of mechanical wearing boom, loom, water and steam power. They more on focusing on the mechanical objects that use the steam power, steam manufacturing, steam object, and then kind of a very manual objects that work where they will concentrate when they are dealing with the industry 1.0. Move on to the industry 2.0. There's the first production of line as a mass production using electrical energy. They move on focusing on the electric productivity. That means it comes from nature. And then move on to the 3.0 is kind of a programmable logic controller, use of electronics and IT for further automation. That means there's 3.0 industry, they are more focusing on the IT and the programmable industry. And move on to the industry 4.0, they based on the cyber physical system including real object, IoT, and with the information processing, virtual object, this kind of a high technology industry that we call industry 4.0. So we move on to the industry 1.0. Began in 18th century, founded by Arnold Toynbee. He is an English economist, right? And we discussed earlier, they move on the industry revolution 1.0. They more focusing on the use of water and steam power to operate the machine. So all the manufacturing machines are more attached to the water and the steam power. Steam engine could be used for power, so they use the steam engine is to get the to start up the to start the engine using a machine or anything about objects come from the steam engine to get the power. It's founded by Thomas Shelby in 1698. It's quite very back time, and purpose was greatest breakthrough for increasing human productivity. So they focusing more on increasing human productivity, Industrial Revolution 1.0. And this is the picture. If you see that first steam engine, it's quite very big and then sophisticated, and how it works is follow with the task and the procedure where they emphasize on the from the beginning to end. And Industrial Revolution 2.0, it begin in 19th century. The discovery of electricity used to operate for machine, and it's more on electricity. Electricity is a form of energy and occur in the nature, so it was not invented. It comes from nature. people who has worked with electricity is kind of very high expert people, from Franklin Benjamin, William Gilbert, Thomas Edison, Michael Faraday, a couple of people, so were high expert, high skilled people who are really engaged with the industry 2.0. And this is the electric engine machine, quite very big as well. And Industry Revolution 3.0, kind of another transition from 2.0, from electricity to programmable and IT oriented industry, began in 20th century through partial automation using a memory programmable control and computers. And since the introduction of this technology, we are now able to automate the entire production process without human intervention. I mean, all the process processed take over by the machine and the computer oriented devices. So human intervention will be less over the industry. Example of these robots that perform program sequence without human intervention. So more program robots are invented on the industry 2.0 what do you call revolution time. Okay, and this is will be computer numeric control CNC. And move on to the Industry Revolution 4.0, we move on characterized by the application of information and communication technology to industry. So it's more on the characterized information and application towards which industry we are emphasized. Okay, it build on the development of third industry. That means a transition from the third to fourth. So all the programmable, all the IT will be transferred from the third to the fourth generation. So production system already have computer technology and expanded by network connection. So in earlier third generation, they more focusing on the production machine IT and more on computer oriented. But in the fourth generation, we have another enhanced extendable of the third revolution, but we more focusing on the extended network. I mean, we have IoT, we have sensor boarding, and we have cloud computing, we have artificial intelligence. A lot of technology will take place, so it carry more wider range of scope in the industry 4.0. Okay, and what is industry 4.0? It's kind of very straightforward explanation we can give, that it's a automation and data exchange in manufacturing technology. So it's kind of a straightforward answer, that automation and data exchange is already clear cut. They simplified the term. So industry 4.0 is mainly on automation and data exchange. So through the which industry you're emphasizing, example textile or garment or food industry, any manufacturing company. So what are the technology can embedded towards industry 4.0? Cyber physical system, internet of things, IoT, and now cloud computing, network connection, machine learning, artificial intelligence, virtual network, and augmented reality. A couple of technologies we can nicely fit in which industry, which manufacturing, which area we are focusing on that. So these are the technologies are involved, and then we have I say again IoT. I think now is IoT is we are in IoT, but it's almost we passed through the IoT. Now we are heading to IoE. It's called Internet of Everything, and artificial intelligence, and we have a robotic, and have a 3D printing, and we have cloud computing, and we have a system controlling, and we have augmented reality, and have a big data. So these are the couple of technology is kind of mandatory technology that we industry 4.0 have to cop with that technology and produce the product which is necessity to the industry in more high volume and high density. So if we take back to IoT, I think IoT is a kind of simple terms that we call network of a physical devices. That means all connected networks, which is makes networks works in a more sensor way, which is called, we can see that smart home, smart light, electricity, smart agriculture, smart school. So everything comes under smart. That means everything will connected by internet of things. That means everything connected by internet and devices, network devices. So devices, software, sensor, actuators, connectivity, which is enable things to connect and exchange data. That means everything by sensor. Okay, we have a smart business business kind of we not we are in the midst of doing business in a more manual transition, everything by IoT business now. So smart business kind of we move on to inventory management, point of sale, productivity, accounting and finance, purchase management, real-time chat system. Everything is changed to the smart business as in a trend to business mechanism. And we have a smart city. So we have a kind of important mechanism called smart meter network, smart city lighting, smart grid automation. We have ecology monitoring, and we have energy saving building. We have efficient public service tracking, and we have a head of traffic balancing, smart public safety system as well. And more on to smart retailer, smart agriculture, kind of very different, quite very wide range of transition from 1.0 to 4.0 agriculture industry. We have a sensor-based field and resource mapping. The mapping resource is will be pointing in a very accurate way and very sophisticated way. And remote equipment monitoring, remote crop monitoring as well. We have a crop monitoring in the agriculture, and predictive analytic to crop and livestock. That means what is the livestock in on the shelf, and climate monitoring and forecasting, livestock tracking, geofencing, customer preference analysis. So kind of quite wide range of tremendous transition from industry 1.0 to 4.0, especially in the smart agriculture industry. And more on to smart healthcare, kind of a very important industry where we're able to manage virtually any number of devices you can monitor by virtually, automated device to analytic data flow, remote monitoring patient health information and statistic as well. Hospital asset management will be calculated immediately, and data analytic application, clinician, patient, we can do all the what you call prediction about diagnosis and in early stage of prediction, and kind of quite a interesting, challenging impact in the data smart healthcare, and predictive device maintenance as well. So quite wide range of improvement in smart healthcare. Challenges probably in around 2030, 800 million jobs are taken over by robots. This a fact came out, but still on the discussion going on. Probably all the works is taken over by the robots. So there will be challenges you can see, and opportunities is like I'm talking about IT experts, IT future IT expert, future IT graduates. So you have to acquire important skills that we call that cognitive flexibility and decision making, emotion intelligence, creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving. So these are the kind of 6 skills you have to cope with the with your based on your qualification and with your interest towards the industry. So I believe these opportunities, every IT experts, IT graduates, they should learn, and before they and step into the industry, what you call that key important industry. So so these will be opportunities for them to learn and go more to the technology, and learn can bring the technology to the next dimension level. So when we look into it, the overall about Industry 0.0, we have to look into it, the history, the technology embedded, and what are the mechanisms in each industry, and how far the opportunities are go on, and challenges as well. So I hope you guys receive important elements and information as well. And if you have any questions, you can drop to my email. So I'd love to answer back to you all. So I really thank you for your time, and to and for the opportunity given to talk to you all.